Jim, I know you said the number of analyst moves this morning is pretty remarkable. Question is that what's going to move the narrative today, or is it more macro things like Georgia?
Well, I think that the tenor of what Squawk Box had, the people who talked about Georgia all seem to think that there could be an upset. But isn't that maybe why things went down yesterday? I do think that there is a lack of knowledge by many people who come on who are macro, who do not understand that the micro, the individual stocks that are driven by research, it's almost all positive. And we're about to go into earnings season. So we have a political risk, we have a vaccine risk, but we have an earnings reward. And, David, when I look at what's going on with earnings and what analysts are doing, it's raise, raise, raise. So as the market comes down, maybe retest the low yesterday, I think it's going to bring in buyers, and that could change the tenor.
Well, multiples are certainly at levels that we have not seen in a long time. So your point being that actually we're going to follow through here, that those who've sent these stocks up to these levels are going to be rewarded as a result of earnings being higher than anticipated, Jim?
Yes. Both David Kostin, who talks about being too low right now on earnings estimates around the street, who believes there'll be greater price to earnings multiple. Now, we know that could, some people think that's a greater fool theory. Mike Wilson this morning talking about the party, not being disingenuous, just saying, look, there's a lot of people who want in. A lot of people are chasing momentum, and that tends to work. Now, we could all sit back, David, and say, you know what? That's just wrong. But that isn't what matters. It doesn't matter to the market that it's wrong. What matters is there's a lot of money on the sideline waiting to come in, and it's going to come in. And that's what I'm looking for.
Jim, what's a good example of that in terms of the analyst calls today? We do have a double upgrade of Micron over at Citi. They say it's expensive, but in their words, it's time to go long the Cron. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, precisely, Carl. Now, I have to tell you, Daly, who is a very good analyst, is someone who's caught a lot of these cycles. And you know what? I hate this call. Why do I hate the call? Because thanks for nothing, the stock was at 46 at the end of October. But the analyst is kind enough to be able to say, you know what? I've been late. But once you get DRAMs going, and that's a major part of Micron, once you get NAND, which is flash going, there's really kind of, let's say, no stopping in Micron. And holy cow, they report Thursday night. Do you want to not be on the Micron train? You know, I just think all the world's going to be chiming in. Buy Micron. Buy Micron.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.